Amanda from Massage Therapy Media, and we're doing something a little bit different today. We are taking a tour of Sutherland-Channel, one of the oldest legacy schools here in Toronto, and they're going to show us why you might want to go to school here. Start off our tour. I'm standing here with Andrew Lewarne, an administrator here at Sutherland-Channel, and he's going to start off our tour today.
Good morning. My name is Andrew Lewarne. I'm the administrator here at the Sutherland-Channel School of Massage Therapy. Today, we're going to take you around and show you what kind of place we have here. We'd like to start off by introducing you to Ronke Aselu. She is our admissions.
Nice to meet you, Ronke. Are you going to show us around today?
I am. Hi, my name is Ronke. I'm the admissions coordinator. I'll be showing you around our school today.
Okay, so where are we starting the tour? I know that this is a newer building. This is not where Sutherland-Channel was when I knew about it. So how long have you been in this building?
We've actually been in this building for 2 years. We moved in April of 2020, and we love this location just for all the amenities it has. It's a brand new location for us. It's purpose-built. We also are really close to major transit lines. We have the new LRT just around the corner from us. We also have a number of bus stops, and right across the street we have a very big superstore for getting all the fun stuff that you need.
Perfect. So now we're in a corridor where I can hear students. It seems like there's some classrooms here, and I've just been informed that this is only the first of 3 floors. So Ronke, why don't you just show us around floor number 1?
Well, this is the first. This is our main floor where we have a number of classrooms. We also have 4 different study rooms here for students who may be taking online classes, need a quiet place to study, or just need one-on-one tutoring. We have our student notice board. We also have our student mailboxes. And I'm just going to walk you down. We also have a practice room down this hallway. So if you just come with me, I'll show you our practice room.
Okay, Ronke, tell me, where are we right now?
We are in our Thai massage class. We have the wonderful Anton, who is the instructor for this term 4 elective.
I'm up close and personal right now with Anton, who is doing a demo on one of the students. So Anton, can you tell us a little bit about this course?
So we are teaching traditional Thai massage. It's a term 4 elective that was recently brought in by the school. We are essentially running through a full body basic introductory sequence that the massage therapy students can use and practice.
All right, Amanda, we're just heading into physiology.
Let's do it. We've moved our tour down to the lower level. Ronke, where do you want to start?
We're going to be starting our tour of lower level in the student library. Our library is not very big, but it's very well stocked. It's also one of the places where we offer student jobs. So we have a number of students working as student librarians, and let's go in to see who we have working today.
Sitting here in the student library with Rebecca, who is a student here at Sutherland-Channel, and she's working in the library today. Rebecca, how awesome is it that you get to work right here on campus?
Well, it's great. So I love working in the library. I work about 6 shifts a week, sometimes over the lunch hour and sometimes right after school. It's also a great place to study because I have the secret key. So when everything's like really busy at school, I can just come and do some work in here. And we've been doing a lot of work to just like get the library really organized, because I guess like from the move and then the pandemic, it took a while to get it all like ship shape. And one of the great things about the library is we have all of the textbooks. So students can come in here and be able to like take out the textbooks rather than buying them. So the library is great.
What a great resource. And now we know your secret to studying.
It's a really good one. It's really worth it.
We're still on the lower level and we are going to check out room 4 where we have Beyond Swedish class. It's a term 4 elective as well, and I'm going to be introducing you to Alex, who is the instructor of the class. He'll tell us more about it.
Standing inside the Beyond Swedish class here with Alex. Alex does outreaches here, sport clinics, and partially instructs this course. So he's going to tell us a little bit about what Beyond Swedish is.
This course is mainly geared towards offering the students more tools for their toolbox outside of the general techniques that we would teach in a massage school. So we're talking about K-taping, athletic taping, dynamic and positional releases, something that they can use outside or inside their practice at events or in a clinic to help provide their clients and athletes with a little bit more than what you would get in a clinic setting traditionally.
Awesome. So Alex is going to wrap my shoulder now and teach us how to do a basic shoulder wrap.
Okay, so with very limited supplies, just a tensor here, I'm just going to get Amanda to put her arm in here, this position, just a slight abduction with external rotation, and we're going to limit that. So I don't want her to be fully at end range, so I'm just going to get you to hold up here. We're going to provide a little bit of tension here in the wrap itself, just below mid bicep range, and we're going to do a couple with a standard X pattern here. That's not too tight.
Nope.
Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow this around. And if you can lift this arm up for me. Okay, and then you can lower that. Great. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna bring this up over the shoulder and then underneath. Provide another X, and you can lower this. And then open this arm up again. Yep, sorry. And then lower that. Is that okay in that armpit there?
Feels good.
Okay, and then I'm gonna tuck it underneath. Provide a nice little tuck here, wherever my bandage lies.
You don't have to be a genius to figure out that we are in a kitchen. What room is this?
Well, we like to call it the student lounge. It's a place for students to have lunch, hang out, study sometimes. And this leads out into our patio, where it's also a great space for lunch in the nicer months.
Beautiful. We get to talk to some real students here at Sutherland-Chan. I'm here with Samim, who I've heard is the youngest student at Sutherland-Chan, came here straight from high school.
Yep.
What made you decide A, massage therapy, and B, Sutherland-Chan?
So coming out of high school, I had a few ideas I bounced back and forth on. Ultimately, just through some research and through some advice, I realized that massage therapy was something I was pretty interested in because I like the flexibility, the idea of kind of the not having to be in an office from 9 to 5. That was kind of just where I was going with it. At first I was just didn't know exactly what to do, but I thought that I wanted to work with my body, and just bouncing between ideas, I figured massage therapy is nice. I did some research. I realized that Sutherland-Channel was pretty well known in the massage therapy world, so I figured I'd send an email to Ronke and kind of get to know the program, and then through there it was just kind of the interview process, and it was really reassuring talking to her. She kind of let me know that it was a program that does involve hard work, but it is like very rewarding.
And did the community here at Sutherland-Chan live up to your expectations?
Definitely. I was a little bit worried at first just because I knew I was going to be younger than a lot of the students here, but it didn't feel that way once I kind of stepped foot in my class. Everyone helped me feel welcome. Like there was no awkward transition. Like it was just like everyone was classmates, everyone was peers. There was nothing I was worried about at any point in time. It was a really welcoming class, and I was really grateful for that.
I've got another student here. Gurjab is in term 4, meaning he's only got 4 months left of school, but I've just found out that he also is a business owner. So I want to know how you've been finding it balancing school, business, life, etc.
All right, so when it comes to school and work-life balance and kind of having your own business, it can be tough at times because it is content heavy sometimes, but kind of having a background in kinesiology kind of helped kind of become more aware of certain things, and they required some type of studying a little bit, but it did require me to kind of stay on top of things. And with being a business owner, kind of having to balance everything, it is tough because certain days school is from 9 to let's say 4. I'll be here and then I have to drive straight to work and kind of start training right away. Because being in the personal training studio, having a personal training studio and kind of being in the day in life of a trainer, you have to kind of mold your day based on your clients. So trying to kind of communicate them okay, I am starting school now, kind of asking them, does this time work, was a little tough and tricky, and it's kind of required me to kind of be a bit more sacrificing on my own personal life. So kind of either whether it be taken away from my sleep a little bit some days, which isn't the greatest thing, but honestly there is benefit to it, because in the long run I'm looking forward to kind of building this career and kind of tying it all together. Being a personal trainer, then kind of tying in the massage aspect of it will help me kind of expand my business and grow. So the sacrifices kind of don't feel like sacrifices. It's just a little bit of a little intensity and kind of hustle.
And it was all worth it.
Absolutely. I enjoy it a lot.
Another term 4 student just happened to stroll by. This is Tina Marie, and I wanted to know from a student perspective, especially one that's been here for a long time, what is your favorite thing about being a student at Sutherland-Chan?
Okay, so I would have to say I really enjoy the family atmosphere of the school. I felt really welcomed when I first came, even by the other terms. So there's this great just cohesiveness amongst all the terms in this school. So that makes it really nice, and just have this really good community atmosphere.
Amazing. 2 other students, Steph and Christian, who are part of the Bridge program here at Sutherland-Chan, and they're going to tell us a little bit about what that is.
So it's actually the Advanced Standing for Health Professionals program. It's essentially a 12-week program that just allows for students who came from different sort of health science paths to integrate into the massage therapy world in a sort of shortened way. And it does a great job of just kind of getting us kick-started a little faster than usual and fast-tracking towards the end of the program.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of hands-on, hands-on teaching in a condensed amount of time in the first 12 weeks, which really for me, it helped solidify that I was in the right program for massage.
I've pulled aside an instructor here at Sutherland-Chan. I'm standing here with Holly. And Holly, what is it like teaching at Sutherland-Chan?
Being an instructor here at Sutherland-Chan is amazing. I'm sure you've already heard the students mention that there's this family sort of ambiance here, and that's something that I think we really pride ourselves in. It's super great. A lot of our instructors here were actually students at the school before, so there's this sense of pride that we kind of carry with us as well, because we've kind of been through it from the bottom all the way to the top, and I feel like a lot of the instructors are super open, sharing their anecdotal experiences from being students as well. From the perspective of an instructor or a teacher, I think it's super great being in an instructor role, because you're able to stay current on all of the research and information that's continuously changing in the realm of science and manual therapy specifically. So it allows you to stay on top of that and kind of bestow your firsthand experiences onto the students and help them, mentor them along their various individualistic pathways through the different specialty clinics we have as well. So overall, it's just a really enjoyable experience, I think not only for the students, but from the instructor's perspective as well.
Ronki, we're back on the tour, and this room doesn't look super specific, so tell me where we are, what's going on here?
We are in the hydro room, and as part of the remedial studies that we have, remedial services that we have for our students, we offer tutorials several days of the week, and right now we are going to be meeting with Peter and with Thomas, who take Cirque du Science, which is the theoretical science tutorials, and with Thomas, who teaches practice clinic.
Nice to meet you, Peter. So tell me exactly what's going on in here. Ronki told me it's Cirque du Science. I just like to say that. So what is it that happens in here, and how are you helping the students in here?
So Cirque du Science is theoretical tutoring. So students can come in for free support if they have questions. Sometimes they have more basic questions, like in first year, just reviewing some of the foundational sciences. Second year students might come in, want to bounce a clinical case off of you. Just more have an ongoing discussion, more focusing on the theory or the academic side of it.
Now I've got Thomas here, who is teaching the practice clinic. So tell me a little bit about that. What goes on here?
So practice clinic is offered 3 times a week here. It's a practical tutorials and mentoring. We do anything from assessment to working on things like draping. Or if students just want to come in and practice their hands-on techniques, we're here to help them and give them a little bit of support.
I'm here with another Steph, a brand new student of Sutherland-Chan who actually came here through the second career program. Steph, what made you decide to do a complete 180 and change your career?
So massage therapy was actually really integral in my healing process from PTSD. Before this, I was a first responder. I was a 911 dispatcher, and after 8 years, I went off with PTSD and decided not to go back. And after realizing how important massage therapy was, I decided I wanted to actually become a massage therapist. So now I'm here and I'm loving it, and I hope to take my knowledge and experience and help other people like myself.
Wonderful. I'm here with another Term 3 student, Tiara, who is going to talk to us a little bit about Sutherland-Chan specialty clinics. So I know that there's the opportunity to work in a pregnancy clinic, in MS rehab clinics, arthritis clinics, all really cool and useful experience for students. Tiara, what was your favorite clinics that you got to work in?
My favorite clinic was sport clinic. Just because that was kind of my emphasis coming into the school, was to work in sports. Also, just to be able to apply a lot of the knowledge that we learn in class directly with patients, and to be able to see them through their healing journey.
Final leg of the tour today, sitting here with Tony, who is in clinic and education services. We spoke to some of the students about what's special about coming to Sutherland-Chan and about the clinics, but can you elaborate a little bit about what you do here for the school?
For sure. So I am responsible for all things clinic. I plan the off-site, so when we have outreaches, so that they can gain some community hours, but then also their specialty clinics as well. So luckily we've had relationships with Lyndhurst for spinal cord injuries, and also we have Stroke Club and things like George Herman House, where we get to work with HIV patients. So I think really one of our strengths, also like working at Toronto General Hospital, TGH gives us a lot of different opportunities to work with patients who've just had surgery in different floors. So I think that's really a main aspect of our schooling here, is having that ability and those relationships.
Wow, that's amazing. So as a student here, you get experience working with real life cases, not just simulated in class.
Exactly, and that's the part that the students love and that they really look forward to coming here, so that they can start to put into practice the things that we teach them in class. So working with also in breast and top clinic, working with scars with people who've had actual surgeries before. So it just gives them that real life experience.
I remember doing student clinic when I was a massage therapy student, and then supervising clinic as a massage therapist. Would you say that that's the part that students really look the most forward to, is working in the clinic?
They absolutely love going into student clinic, and in term 2 is when they start their student clinic. So term 2 is our focus of relaxation treatment and wellness, so they can practice all the basic skills of draping and techniques, interacting with patients, real life patients, which they truly enjoy. And then they can bring that to class as well, so we can expand a little bit more and make their learning go a little bit more in depth. And then after term 2, they go into term 3 and term 4 clinics. So these are always once a week, and now they can start to become more treatment based. So having their supervisors who are registered RMTs really helps them try more advanced techniques and assessments and put that into their treatment plans. And then in term 3 and 4, they also have specialty clinics, which are the ones that are off-site typically, or they're just more prone to certain populations. So whether it's seniors or sports, they get more specific populations to treat.
Amazing. And so me as a member of the general public, I can just come book a treatment?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Done.
And maybe you could even do the regular student clinic once a month and then a specialty clinic once a week. So we have tons of options here, so you can find where you fit in with treatments and become more effective for you.
So I feel a little bit like I'm meeting a celebrity right now, sitting here with Grace Chan, the founder of Sutherland-Channel, and I don't even know what to ask you or where to start, because I feel like you and I could probably have hours of conversation. But seeing as you've been in this profession for so long and you've created something that has evolved into this, tell me how that evolution has looked for you.
It's definitely a very interesting journey. But I loved every moment of it. It's so exciting in terms of actually looking back every step of the way. There are moments we go, I go with Christine Sutherland and go like, oh, why are we doing this? But then the next moment is like, okay, let's go going. So it started off, I went to a school that no longer exists called 3HO. And Christine Sutherland was an instructor for that school. And after when we finished, my training was 1,000 hours, 1,040 hours. This was 1974, a long time ago. Many of you were not even born yet. But anyways, so I started massaging actually when I was in the massage program. We only have to do 20 hours of public massage. But I felt that when I was massaging somebody, they got up and they go like, oh, my pain goes away. I go like, wow, this is something amazing. I was in research at that time. I was doing neuroendocrinology research at that time. So when I somehow find my calling, I think, and I said, okay, this is what I want to do. Because I saw the effect immediately. Whereas research is like, you go through this, you go through the computers and so on and so on. So I wanted to do this. Then when I graduated, I was working in a kind of a clinic space with Christine Sutherland. But somebody come into my room and I work and I go like, I don't know what to do. So I went over and Christine, what do you do with this? And she goes, do this. So I said, okay, obviously our training is not good enough for us to face whoever's walking into our door. So her and I sat down and start planning the 2,000 hour program. So her and I sat down and just go, okay, what is it that's lacking? What do we need to have this program? So it took us 9 months to put this kind of the program together, and we went, at that time was a board of directors of masseuse, and we say, what do you think? And they go, what? We already have 3 other schools, we don't need another school, and this program is that. So we said, well, this is what we like to do.
So you were originally rejected.
Yes, yes. But then they thought about it, and we kind of carry on. We do what we need to do. We put in a lot of clinical hours. We really find that 20 hours is not enough. We put in a lot of clinical hours, a lot of outreach hours into the program. Eventually, actually, it was to our amazement, 10 years later, it was I think 1978 or something that we proposed to the board of directors of masseuse. About 10 years later, they finally approved the 2,000 hours. It took us different stages. We went to 1,000 to 1,500 to 2,000 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so her and I started this whole thing in 1978. We started our own school. The clinic that we worked on was like a 3-room, 2nd floor clinic. We turned it into a classroom, and then we also took the flat downstairs from us into a classroom as well. So we grew from like a 2-room space into what we have right now. So
incredible. Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that this is where you would be?
No. Actually, I think we just got to grow a step at a time. We were I think we started with 12 students, our first class. And how do we promote, right? So there was Christine, that was amazing. She just talked to everybody. She pulled her friends in and friends, and we got a class of 12 that started in 1978. And then from there, we went to the next class, kind of dropped to 5 people. We're gonna go like, oh, what's going on? But the next class went to 25, and the space that we had at that point can't hold that anymore. So we had to quickly find a space, which was 732 Spadina. We've been there for a while. That was, the school I went to was at 732 Spadina. So we moved back into that space. We have a bigger space that accommodated 25 students. Next year we'll go to 50, and it just started growing.
And it just kept growing. That's just incredible. And now here we are in this multi-level school that has specialty classrooms, a hydrotherapy clinic, a massive student clinic, and I think it was that focus that you and Christine had on getting your students real hands-on experience and working with different specialty populations that has continued to help Sutherland-Channel grow and made it this legacy school that it is today.
Thank you. I really remember that we'll have a class and Christine will bring in a baby, and then we start baby massages, you know, and we'll have, you know, people who have different conditions coming into neurological clinics and all that. So we all started from this tiny space that we had down Spadina in college. And the one thing that she loved was going to schools and teach kids about healthy touch. So she'd bring a skeleton, a trolley, and bring it to schools and teach them about healthy touch and what massage is about. So that was a lot of fun time. And also because we have no space, we would do a lot of creative stuff at that time too. So anatomy is very important. So, but we're so small, nobody really, you know, pay attention to us. So we get little piglets and we do dissections of piglets so that people can understand the anatomy and so on and so forth. So a lot of interesting things because we were small then. It's a little different when we do a bigger schools. You get a lot more organization and stuff like that. But still, it's interesting to kind of grow into the program that I think at that time that massage therapists need in order to practice. Yeah, just because of what I was lacking in terms of working with people.
Wow. I mean, talk about true entrepreneur, where there's a will, there's a way. Whatever you had to do to get it done, you got it done. And the two of you were creative, as you say, and made it work. And, you know, now here we are sitting in this beautiful office.
During the journey, I think is a lot of support and energy from the grads as well. In terms of, I'm looking at my instructors, a lot of them are graduates. And I look at some of the people with the college, some of them are grads. So like that energy of coming together and make sure the profession really goes to the way it is, it's so important, and I really appreciate all that effort. I mean, you guys too, and you're part of making this whole profession going forward.
So Sutherland-Channel really created what is now the gold standard for massage therapy education based on everything I'm hearing. What about the actual practice? How has massage therapy practice changed since you graduated in 1976?
Quite a bit. I mean, think about those days, people actually, not very many people knew about massage therapy. Very few people know about, you know, what really massage therapy was about. And so I graduated, we're planning school, I still need to eat and live, so I have to have a practice. I was fortunate enough that I was also in training to be psychotherapist, so I have a group of people who kind of like about healthy touch and stuff like that, so that client base. But I still have to go out and promote massage. So the way to do it is like any fairs, I would go and set up a chair and do the massages and held up business cards. That wasn't exactly the greatest thing, even though I would promote myself, but I attract a lot of people that I don't want to be in my practice. I remember one time somebody came in and said, I got this card when you were at the fair, and I'm coming for massage. I said, okay, great. Massage, finished massaging, and he goes, how about here?
Oh boy.
And I go, we don't do things like that here. If you want to, you can go to Yonge Street. At that time we have the Yonge Street still. And don't come back anymore. So that was our experience in terms of massages. A lot of us had that. Actually, about several months later, I was walking the street and bumped into him. He said, I want to come back to you. I said, no, you can't come back. He said, no, I'm not looking for that anymore. I said, still, I don't want to take you as a client. But, and then I remember I started our first clinic at Royal Bank Plaza. First kind of clinic outside of people. A lot of times people have to practice at home and all that. So in 1983, we had a clinic at Royal Bank. And I remember because, we were starting, so I'm doing everything. I was a receptionist and so on and so forth. I was a receptionist. And we have a little video showing people what massage is like, right? So these people in suits will come over and talk to me and say, do you do it topless? And I go, no, we're not that kind of massage, and explain. Or people call and say, you do full body massage, right? And you can hear the tone. And I say, yeah, but we need doctor's referrals and all that. And they go, oh, okay, thank you. So we have to do a lot of that even in the early 80s. But I think by the 90s, people's attitude changed a lot. And because, we're just kind of telling people what we do. Sports, athletics, athletes love knowing what massage can help them. So the 80s is that growth. And also participation, help people think about health and massage and exercising. And also the government really moved Yonge Street to somewhere else. So there's that's the distinguishment between massage therapy and the massage that people think that we are. So we came a long way, and I think that we might still have people that kind of misunderstand what we are, but very rare compared to before. It's almost like 50% more people would ask for that kind of stuff.
You're right. We do still have to face a little bit of that today, but because of therapists like yourself and others who started practicing in the 70s and 80s when people didn't really understand what massage therapy was, we probably have to deal with a lot less of that. So we should all be thanking you.
It's very scary, but also at that moment, people don't quite, therapists may not know how to handle it, but having learned how to do it, and I think it's a really important part of it. I was talking about when I was a student, what got me into having a school was that clients come in, patients come in, and I work on them, and they feel better. The pain in their arms goes away. They feel the circulation going down their legs now because they've been sitting a certain way. So I feel the therapeutic aspects of massage is very important, and that's how the program is kind of designed that way to make sure that what we teach is therapeutic, and that's the only thing we teach here is training people to be massage therapists, just like the other medical professionals, to treat patients coming in whatever conditions they have. So that's one thing that we focus on, and that's all we do here. So if you're interested in being a good massage therapist, treating conditions, give us a call.